you can preserve the life of your diabetic kidneys. Hello Nation. Today we're going to talk about how to preserve the life of your diabetic kidneys. It's all about prevention, early detection, and aggressive management. Let's talk about prevention. It's fairly simple. It comes down to keeping your blood sugars as close to normal as possible over the long term. Diabetic kidney disease doesn't occur overnight, doesn't occur if your blood sugar goes high for a moment or two. It's keeping your A1C as close to normal as possible for the long term. The second big prevention strategy is blood pressure. Keeping your blood pressure as normal as possible, approximately 120/80. And that's why every person with diabetes should have a blood pressure cuff, just like you have a home glucose monitor. Those are the two big prevention strategies. The third is to avoid drugs that may damage your kidney, and you have to ask your caregiver every time you get put on a new drug, is this drug okay for my kidneys? And you have to avoid certain dye studies, like an MRI or a CT, where they use dye, and we sometimes call that contrast, to help the radiologist pick up abnormalities. Now, if you need dye, you can go ahead and have it, but sometimes they can use half the amount of dye or give you a lot of intravenous fluids to prevent kidney damage. Second, early detection comes down to blood and urine tests that you should get every year. A chem panel will typically include a creatinine, BUN, and a very important test called the GFR, glomerular filtration rate. Tells us how your kidneys are filtering. And the urine test is microalbumin. That's a key word to remember. It tells us if there's any protein spillage in your urine. You may have to collect your urine in a jug for 24 hours. Now you have to keep that jug in the fridge, otherwise it may make the test invalid. So be careful that no one drinks out of that jug and label it correctly. The last thing is aggressive management. Get the blood sugars down, get your blood pressure down, and get a blood pressure monitor. Avoid drugs and dye studies that may damage your kidney. There's a little bit of evidence that shows that if you reduce the amount of animal protein and take antioxidants, that may help a little bit, but those are the least important. You can avoid dialysis or transplantation. So long, Nation.